The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Frankfort Township Board of Education has caused advance notice of this meeting and general agenda to be submitted for publishing in the official newspapers, as well as district and municipal offices on June 29th, 2023. Please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll do our roll call.
Kathleen Adams.
Present.
Blake Anderson.
Here.
Jamie Armando.
Here.
Caitlin Fredo.
Here.
Mandy Chouse.
Here.
Jennifer Nouse. Charlene Molnar.
Here.
John Tiger. Here. Jesse Vaughn.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Okay, so tonight we're going to start with our friend Richard Barr from Barr & Company. He is our auditor, so he's going to give a little presentation.
Thank you. I think Chris handed out these little synopsis reports.
We sent out the audit, I didn't send.
Print 'em? Okay.
So I just want you to turn to B1, and I'm just going to highlight a couple of items for you guys. In the general fund, your cash and cash equivalents were $644,210. You also had a capital reserve account with $678,890 and a maintenance reserve account of $147,465. You had receivables of $443,949. So your total assets in your general fund were $2,022,691. Your total current liabilities were $159,912. Most of that was made up of accounts payable. That left you with a fund balance of $1,862,779. So your free balance was $566,653. Then you had the various reserves accounts for the capital reserve, the maintenance reserve, unemployment, and you had an excess surplus of $110,000 for last year. In your special revenue fund, you have $53,785 in cash and receivables of $30,344. Other receivables of $11,313. So your total assets were $95,442. Liabilities were $41,657. And you had $53,785 in your student activities account. Debt service, you had an interfund receivable of $1,144, interfund payable of $1,142, leaving you a fund balance of $2. If you turn to the next page, you have your statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance. Your total revenues in your general fund were $13,785,455. Most of that money was local sources of $9,509,914. Your local tax levy was $9,395,393. Your total revenues were $13,785,455. Your expenditures were $13,844,891. So you had a change in fund balance of a decrease of $59,436. You had a beginning fund balance of $1,922,219. That left you with a fund balance of $1,862,779. In your special revenue.
We also added on the agenda on Recognition Circle when We did the nominations for recognition circle and the approvals. Mrs. Eckert reminded us that Bunny Krupnik was not on the retiree list that went, so the next month available will be Benita Bunny Krupnik on recognition circle. So that's awesome. Very exciting. So fellow board members, a couple of the board members would like to hear public comment before going into executive session. Does anybody have an objection to hearing public comment first?
Motion
Okay.
to open public comment.
Kate motions to open, do I have a second? Leif seconds. Mr. Fredo, is there anybody on the public comment? Nobody
No.
signed up.
Motion to close public comment.
Same. Great. So that leads us into executive session. It shouldn't be long, correct? 20 minutes?
Sounds good to me.
I would say 20 minutes.
19, let's go.
We owe them like 5 minutes from the last time we signed it.
So motion to go into
Actually,
executive
Motion to go
session.
into executive.
Jesse seconds.
No, he's coming back, yeah, he's coming back.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of go out of order right now. And we are going to do a roll call regular agenda approval on a very important matter. So it is regular agenda number 2024-0129-34. This is to approve the execution of an agreement contract with Kevin Newman for the position of Chief School Administrator and Elementary School Principal for the Frankfurt Township School District for the term of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2029, as per the contract document approved by the Executive County Superintendent of Schools for Sussex County. Roll call.
Need a motion, second.
Oh,
I make
motion?
a motion.
I'll second it.
Second.
Kathleen Adam,
Yes.
Jamie Armando,
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo,
Yes.
Jennifer Nous, Charlene Molnar,
Yes.
John Tiger,
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn.
I have to abstain.
Oh, he's abstained. Leif Anderson,
Yes.
I'm last? Mandy Joust, yes.
Yes.
So
Congratulations.
Mr. Newman is here tonight and we want to, we have a little gift bag for him and also we have a little speech.
Oh, thank you so much.
We'll give a speaker
I appreciate it.
So today, I was gonna say,
We'll get a
okay, let me
picture.
get my thing.
We're gonna get a picture of you.
Okay. Today, the Frankfurt Township Board of Education has great pride in announcing our new Chief School Administrator and Elementary School Principal. Welcome, Mr. Kevin Newman. For the public, there were 27 applicants for this position, and the Board of Education has spent many hours in resume reviews, interviews, and discussions, and even a few late nights in executive session going over the candidate's strengths and weaknesses. Thank you to my fellow Board of Education members and former BOE members, Ray Castellani and Chris Dexter, for the time and thought put into this process. Also, thank you to Kathy Hellowa for her guidance and efforts as our search consultant. Mr. Newman is a Sussex County resident and throughout the interview process was a top contender for the job. Mr. Newman has 5 years of CSA principal experience at Hope Township School District, where he is revered as a relatable, down-to-earth, regular guy, from Tina Ritchie, that's a quote. Mr. Newman will start at Frankfurt School on July 1st, 2024, and you can expect to see his face around from now until then. Mr. Newman, our board is excited to have you come to Frankfurt Township School as our CSA and principal, and we look forward to working with you. Here's to your next chapter at Frankfurt Township School, so.
Sure, I'd love to say a few things if that's okay. I think the most fun fact about me is that I actually went to kindergarten here at Frankfurt Township School many years ago. And then of course we moved and like Ms. Jeff said, I'm a local guy, lived in Sussex County my whole life. I'm 5 minutes from here. So I'm really looking forward to spending a lot of time here You know, I know it's gonna take a lot of time and dedication, and I really appreciate the 3 very lengthy meetings that I had with the superintendent, CSA search team. Thank you to all the board members that participated, and those 3 meetings, I'm glad that I was able to, you know, get all of your vote, but you also got my vote as well, because the things that we discussed, the things that we talked about, our common goals and our common vision for the district moving forward, I thought they intertwined beautifully with each other. So that is why I'm so excited to be here. Just a little bit more about me. This is my 20th year in education, 13 as a teacher, principal, and then the last 5 as the CSA of Hope Township School District, which is also a K-8 district in Warren County. So I think my familiarity with all of that, the ins and outs, I feel like I'm an out-of-the-box thinker, you know, a problem solver, and I look forward to working, obviously, with the board, the teaching staff, and most importantly, our most valuable resource, our students, in the very, very near future, and of course, the parents as well. I have 3 children. They are kindergarten, 2nd grade, and 4th grade. My wife is also in education. She's a teacher, also in Sussex County. So I feel like I come from an educational, you know, family. We talk education all the time. It's funny, sometimes she'll tell me about the things that are going on at her school as a teacher. I'll give my administrative answer, and, you know, she's like, "I'll be quiet," you know. But no, always education's on my mind, doing what's best for kids, and, you know, I know my heart's in the right place, and I know your board's heart is in the right place. And with that, I am thrilled, and I am excited, and I can't wait to officially start July 1st. So thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Picture, okay?
Sure, absolutely.
And,
Everyone?
Just you.
No.
however you wanna do it.
The committee, the welcome committee, or
With that?
We're in red and black.
Andy, I get to join you.
What? I gave you that, I don't need it.
All right, Mr. Newman.
All right, this is awesome. Thank you, guys. So nice.
I get to accompany you.
Oh,
It is
good.
cute.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right. How are we sitting?
Here comes the photographer.
Looks like a very.
He's coming. All right. Yeah, see?
Okay.
Much carefully, Dave.
You got it. Taking notes.
This is called succession management, right?
Yeah, I think it's on self.
when he jumps back.
I keep pressing the
Steady
button
hands, yep.
and nothing's happening, so give me a second.
Okay, we're ready.
There you go. That wasn't my fault.
That
was
funny to say from this side.
It's like your wedding day, just keep smiling.
Yeah.
Just keep smiling.
How much smile left?
That one-
Sorry.
You got it, come on, you can do
I know.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Newman.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good to see his face back. Thank you. Enjoy your gift
Thanks.
One of the things I always like to mention when they announce a new superintendent, and this is my 9th district doing that, so actually 10th, is whatever you need over the next 5 or 6 months, I will be there, and whatever you need, and tell you, show you the ropes, introduce you to everybody, David and I, and everybody else, and Janine, and we'll make sure that you're ready to go on that first day. So congratulations, and we look forward to
Thank you so much. I
making the
appreciate it.
transition perfect, so
Yes,
thank you.
thank you very much.
We gotta get back here, Mr. Mooney, because it's the superintendent principal section next.
Oh.
Run.
Okay, I did give copies of the weekly update to everybody, just so you have both, because there's a lot in there. And And I also did our superintendent's report, and I'll give you copies of these so you know what to do. And, on the glasses. Okay, first, we have policies that we're going to hopefully act on this evening. They're really pretty simple. The first one is just an annual mandatory wellness and nutrition update, which really involved very little. We also have been discussing the key usage policy with all the details related. Now, we're talking about door keys, just so everybody knows. And then the second reading on the, basically about the concussions, and that's about head injuries, of course. I intentionally left the statement about cheerleading in there, because I think it might be loosely interpreted, so we want to make sure that it applies to anything even closely related to that. I also explained the compensatory teacher program. You may recall that the information below in the weekly update of January 12th. I usually tell the board things and then remind them, when just reviewing it again. And we do need to fill a position. We had a couple of days. We talked about the issue with transportation nursing. Getting substitute nurses is very difficult too. And when we can't get one, we do need, in one case, to do what we call compensatory education. And this is, won't really cost us any money because it's an offset with the nurse not being there. We also increased the speech therapist. Last year we had 3 days, this year we're down to 2. We discovered that we just can't do it with just 2 days. We only need a few extra days here and there, but we do need approval to go from 3 to 2. We also have volunteer nurses coming in, student nurses actually from Sussex County Community College. There's a whole long list there, but there will be at times 2 or 3 helping Carrie Adams with certain things with the students. Carrie will be doing the critical items, and then of course the students will be doing the support things. I think it's a very good idea. We also talked about administrative goals. We went slowly on this. I mentioned, and I'll always mention this, the goals are very obvious. Basically, we had 3. I gave you a copy of the goals several times. The goals are basically to do the superintendent search, get ready prepare for CUSAC, and also focus on test scores, just working with the teachers, giving maybe best practices to make their job a little bit easier than otherwise it might be. So those are the 3 goals that we've been dealing with. We also got our state assessment numbers back. We did find that the IMP, instruction and programming, we did not get enough points on the state assessment to go through CUSAC and pass CUSAC in the IMP area. In order to do that, out of the 60 points in that area, we had to get 40. We got just shy of 40. So just the way it is. We've been preparing for CUSAC really all year, and I guess last year as well. And no big deal. What happens is basically you go into a goal where you set goals to improve and work on. We're already doing that. And you have maybe 6 months to establish all of your goals, and every 6 months you report back to the state how you're doing until you reach the bar. We have to decide, we have to find out exactly how they do the bar. I think it has a lot to do with growth, not just scores, but growth. So we'll work on that, and we're all ready for CUSAC. It comes on February 7th, and we'll make it work as best we can. So also, we wrote a letter. When I say we wrote a letter, talking about Janine, Dave, and I, to the staff related to the test scores. And I'll just read a little of it because we received our state computation for the 2022-23 school year for ELA, math and science. Unfortunately, the calculation came below the 40-point mark that I explained. When a student falls below the standards in a given indicator, such as program instruction, we need to develop a plan. You only need to develop a plan for that one area. The others are fine, and you move on to that. But what I gave teachers, just some very basic ideas. I've been talking to Dave about it and Janine about it, and we've been talking about this with our teachers in the classroom. And they're really simple, ridiculously simple, but sometimes it's still helpful. The New Jersey Learning Standard should be considered the guideline for instruction in all content areas and grade levels. Frankfurt is a standard-based district, and as a result, it is critically important that instructional staff know exactly what's on the state standards as you plan for instruction. And I can just say, please review them quickly, because it can go into your head and out quickly, so we want to really focus on the state standards. Also, the curriculum units on course, where we do our lesson plans, for example, are aligned to the New Jersey standards, as well as to our curriculum programs, such as Collaborative Classroom, Eureka Squared, and Move to Mac, which is our science program. Very important. In speaking to staff members over the last 5 months, it appeared that the pacing is one of the most challenging aspects of the instruction. And it has to do with how deep you go into all of these units. It's extremely important that we address the entire list of grade level standards by the time the state assessment is administered in May. We recognize that this is a very difficult task. We need to move on. And then the next item I talked about is what we call spiraling back. Go from, let's say you're on chapter 6, going toward chapter 7, you would spiral back to 1 day, and then, or 2 days, whatever it takes. Very brief review, just make sure the students are on target. And it's very, very simple to do that. And keep moving forward so that by test time, which we put the last possible time we could test to give the teachers as much time as humanly possible. So we moved it back as much as we can. You still have to have a makeup week, but so that's what we're doing, our test in May, which I think is smart. We also gave some websites. This is a very important part of it. Each day, or almost every day, we should infuse either in a little homework assignment or at the end of the day task to do a sample question so the students see and work through the sample questions. They need to see them often. So again, this isn't to dig down into the minutia of the curriculum. It's rather to just give the big picture that might be helpful. Really simple, hopefully helpful. And if we focus on those things, I think we'll do well. So we've been working on that, particularly the elementary division from really day one. So that's a good thing. So we will work on it. I don't want anybody upset about it. We'll just make it work. And that's where we are. We talked about bus driver shortage with the board. The calendar, I also posted the calendar for next year. I think I did it in both spots. So you take a look at it. I'd like to approve it, put it out to the world this month and approve it in February.
I have a question on it. Last year when we did the calendar, we did our calendar to mimic High Point because like they started back, I believe, on the 2nd and stuff. So is this the same to do that when they start?
I believe it is. David, let's check on that tomorrow. I think we're in line with what, I don't know that I saw High Point, so I have to be careful.
Yeah.
But I think.
Because I know that came up last year and then we ended up making it the same. Like I think
Yeah,
they
if
went
we
back
can.
maybe on the 2nd and then, or they
We'll
didn't go back on the 2nd or
check on
whatever
that.
it
That's a
was.
good, very good point.
Okay.
Thank you very much. That's, any other thoughts you have on it, including everybody, let us know. And you wanna, usually when I'm in an interim role, I don't make major changes in things like calendars. But we can certainly study it and see if we have it right. And hopefully we try to get it right the first time, so we don't have to fix it, so. I think that's about it.
Thank you, Mr. Mooney. So communications and public relations, just real quick dates, ready? February 1st, parent portal opens and Q2 report cards come out. February 7th, CUSAC review. February 9th, 7th and 8th grade Valentine's Day dance. February 13th, PTA meeting. February 19th, school's closed for President's Day. February 26th will be a board meeting. February 26th, Janine, will be a board meeting.
I got it now.
February 29th, and somehow February 29th and somehow February 30th. is kindergarten registration. Sign your child up for beautiful Mrs. Murphy's class on February 30th.
Show up on the 30th.
I don't think there's a February 30th, Mr. Mooney, so we're gonna have to just revise that part on the agenda. Maybe is it March 1st? Do you know, Tess?
No, I don't have it in my phone.
February 30th.
I'll try to hear this quick.
I'm an innovative calendar developer. We added a day.
March 12th PTA meeting, March 18th BOE meeting, March 28th, 12:45 early dismissal, March 29th through April 5th will be closed for spring break.
So we'll,
The 27th.
I believe we're talking March 1st.
So kindergarten registration, Mrs. Murphy says is the 27th and 28th. 27th and 28th, 2/27 and 2/28.
Okay.
Mrs. Murphy was showing up on February 30th.
Next year.
It's a Sunday, by the way, Tess. Thank you for your dedication.
Hi, I might be here.
All right, thanks.
Curriculum and instruction, Dr. Mealy, do you have anything? Kate Adam, you are the chair, but I believe you deferred that
I
to
did.
Noel Orange.
Threw me right under the bus. All right, so, they went into meeting for the first meeting. Dr. Melly mentioned that the new math and ELA standards need to be rolled out, in September of 2024. So, she's been working on that. And then next month, she's planning to present us with some of the release test items from the NJSLA, just so we can get an idea of what the students are really being expected to do on those tests, which is often much more difficult than you would anticipate. She also mentioned the 2 benchmark programs that are being used in the school. MobiMax will be starting to be used for grades 1 through 4, and that's gonna be paid for by the High Impact Tutoring Grant. And then grades 5 through 8 are using IXL, which affords the teachers an opportunity to see which students are at their benchmarks that they should be at. And then also there are follow-up lessons within those programs that adapt to whatever level the student is at. And then the rest of it was CUSAC information. Did I cover it all? Did I miss anything?
Good job.
Thank
Thank you. Well done. Thank you. For technology, we're just working on the multi-factor.
Let me, hold on, I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jenny.
I wanted to share, sit on a committee of, it's One Book, One Community. It's Frankfurt, Lafayette, Susquehanna, Montague, and High Point. And we come together and we choose a common book that we read amongst the districts. And then we throw it out to libraries and we invite everybody from any students, K through 12 from the county, to come to a culminating event, which is happening on March 9th. I will leave these out if anybody's interested to share it, registering their children for it. It's a great day. But this year's theme is called Robots Don't Have Hearts. We were really looking at the AI technology and robots and drones and all this stuff that was coming through. So the youngest book is called Love Z. It's about this adorable little robot. Sorry, I had to mark my pages with something. This adorable little robot who goes out and finds this bottle. I won't give away the whole story, but he finds this bottle and it's a treasure, and inside of it, there's a note that says, "Love, Beatrice." And when he asks his other robot friends, who's Beatrice, they say that it doesn't compute because robots don't have hearts. So he goes on this adventure to find out what love is, and he comes home to find out that it's his robot family. And that family gives him all the love that he needs. So I did ruin the ending for you. But go ahead and do it. We'll be reading that book. That's for the little guys. Man. Spoiler alert. I won't tell you this one. School of Whatnots is for the 4 through adults, same sort of thing. It's an Android school that's mixed with a human school, and they don't know who's Android and who's human, but they find out that friends can be anybody when you figure out what friends really mean. So that's what the School of Whatnots is. We do a t-shirt contest to do a winner of the contest. That was an 8th grader from Lafayette, so his artwork will be on the shirts that will sell at the day. We'll have Sarah Van Horn from Warren County Community College has a robotics team at the college level. She'll be bringing Spot the robotic dog, one of those big dogs with the big legs, and a drone, and they'll focus our keynote. And then, of course, we have to get into our reading writing, so we'll have some writing sessions and some reading sessions that are revolved around this. So if you're interested, I will leave the flyers out on the desk and you can take one to sign up your kids, but we're looking forward to that. We already have 9 registrations and it went out last Thursday, so I think we're on a good start.
Great.
All right?
Mr.
Okay.
Sylvester, do you have something to present? He said he did.
Like it or not.
I do.
How you doing, Dave?
The hips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we,
Oh, you want me to talk?
so we did our mid-year report. We had 1 PIB in the first half of our educational year from September to December 31st. We are in the midst of our final half year or second half year report. There was 4 within the month of January, and we will be voting on them shortly.
4 investigations.
4 investigations.
Not 4 hits.
Correct, sorry, misspoke.
That's all right then. Mr. Lassard, do you have an update on the roof project?
Yes, so last Thursday, we received the official grant package from the state for our ROD grant that's going to be replacing our B-wing roof, which is the hallway. You take left at the end of this hallway, that's B-wing. So we got approval for that, so I have 3 resolutions on here they're all mandated language we need to have for approving this grant. But the good news is that should be about a month turnaround for them to give us the fully executed document back from the state, in which time we can finally award a bid for that. So right now, the architects are working on the bid specifications. Obviously, once they've got their general stuff done, I take it and I review it and review it with the attorney for any legal updates that need to go out. But fingers crossed, we're hopeful that we could have a bid ready for approval maybe by, at this point, it'd probably be the March meeting, most likely. Depending on what the timing is, there's a possibility we have a special meeting if we need to, depending on when everything is awarded, because we want to have those bids usually advertised for at least 4 weeks' time. Just
Oh, just the bid package would be ready in March.
No, that would be hopefully for an award.
Oh, wow.
If we can get, if the packet can be ready in the next few weeks, it would be March, otherwise April. The key is how much time we will have, because usually lead times for these types of
Right.
items are quite long. So I'm still hopeful we can get this done for this summer, but right now, at least we're moving along, we got our grant application done, and the next step is just getting that back from the state before we can officially award. We could advertise before if the specs are ready, we just can't award until we get it back. So bids by law for public bids have to be good for 60 days, so from the date of the bid opening to the date of award, they have to be guaranteed to be good for at least 60 days. So that's going on there. Today, we completed the triennial payroll verification. This was something that we've been doing, you have to do every 3 years. It's part of the accountability regulations that came out in, I think, 2008. Anyhow, every 3 years, you have to do a full verification of all your payroll. So everyone gets a live check on 1 pay period of the school year every 3 years, which they have to show photo ID to get their paycheck. That was today. It's gone pretty well. Never really have too many issues with that, but we moved payroll up 2 days because obviously many people might have conflicts with if they get a live check, they have paid, mortgage payments coming out the same day. So I tried to move that up to avoid any issues. First year, had a few people very upset, so I didn't want to do that again.
Well, they have until February 30th to get their mortgage payment. Check in the bank.
I don't want to have the conversation. So anyhow, that went over well. I have added, this just came out today, was an update. Some of you might recall, we have applied over the past 2 years, we've applied for this, the EPA Clean Bus Rebate Program. They've introduced it for a 3rd time. There is a lot of money out there, however, being that we're rural, we are considered one of the priority districts, but we are down the list of priorities. The last 2 times, the New Jersey awards went primarily to the big urban districts. I don't expect it to be much different, but we're gonna apply for it either way to hopefully we get it. What it would pay for is, when we looked at this, it would replace, if approved, 2 of our school buses to be electric. Electric school buses are over $200,000 a piece, so the key is whatever doesn't get funded is, can we afford what the difference is. But it pays for the bus, it pays towards the installation of charging, charging apparatus, whatever you need to. We had met in the summer of last year to discuss where this would go. It's still a little bit of a decision making to be had, but right now the first step is whether or not we get approval for the funding.
Does our electric bus ever give us problem in the cold? Did you hear
Well,
about
that is something I would be concerned about, and certainly I'd have to find out from other districts how they've been working out, because obviously when it gets down to single digits, certainly has been in the news lately as well, when batteries, rechargeable batteries do not
Yeah.
work so well.
Well, thank you for that
Something to
update.
consider. And that is all I have.
School and safety climate, there was a lockdown drill on January 24th, 2024, an email went out about that. Nothing on the personnel, so we come to the regular consent agenda. So on the regular consent agenda, you're voting on items 3 through 31. There's nothing on number 11 if you look, it says not applicable. And also if you hear people abstaining from 12, that's because they are members of the PTA, not because they don't support the PTA. It's because they overly support the PTA and are members. So please don't look at that and think that they are not supporting the PTA. Okay, so regular consent agenda. Let's go through it, number 31. Resolve that the Frankfurt Board of Education accept the recommendation of the superintendent of schools to approve the above identified regular consent agenda items. Number 3, or 2024-0129, 3 through 31, again, there's nothing on 11. Kate Adam.
Abstain 12, but yes.
Jamie Armando.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, did
Make
you get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Jamie seconds.
Yes, abstain 12.
Yes, abstain 12, yes.
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo, are you a PTA member?
Yes, abstain.
She's abstained 12. Jennifer Naust.
Yes.
Charlie Molnar.
Yes, abstain 3 and 4. I wasn't here for those minutes. No.
John Tiger.
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn.
Yes, abstain 12.
And you need to abstain
Yeah, and then the,
the 17.
what number?
7 and 8.
3 and 4.
Abstain.
Oh, and 3 and 4 and 7 and 8. Leif
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Mandy Joust abstained 12. This brings us into our second round of public comment. Can I have a motion?
We have regular.
The regular agenda first.
Oh, sorry, regular agenda. 34. Regular agenda items. Number 32, roll call. This is to accept harassment, intimidation, and bullying reports, written out on December 18th, 2023. First is case number 2324-2. Refer to your packet. Kate Adam,
Yes.
Jamie Armando,
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo,
Yes.
Jen Naust,
Yes.
Charlie Molnar,
Yes.
John Tiger,
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn,
Yes.
Leif Anderson,
Yes.
Mandy Joust, yes. Case number 2324-3. Kate Adam,
Yes.
Jamie Armando,
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo,
Yes.
Jennifer Naust,
Yes.
Charlie Molnar,
Yes.
John Tiger,
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn,
Yes.
Leif Anderson,
Yes.
Mandy Joust, yes. Case number 2324-4. Kate Adam,
Yes.
Jamie Armando,
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo,
No.
Jennifer Naust,
Yes.
Charlie Molnar,
Yes.
John Tiger,
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn,
No.
Leif Anderson,
No.
Mandy Joust, yes. 2324-5. You ready, Chris? 2324-5, Kate Adam,
Sorry, I'm trying to mark this. Yes.
Jamie Armando,
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo,
Yes.
Jen Noust,
Yes.
Charlene Molnar,
Yes.
John Tiger,
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn,
Yes.
Leif Anderson,
Yes.
Mandy Joust, yes. Regular agenda item 2024-0129-33, approve a non-FMLA, non-NJFLA unpaid maternity leave absent request for employee number F000122, SMID 28-995-702, effective on or about May 6th through June 10th, 2024. Employee will be utilizing approximately 6 sick days, 1 personal day, and 1 family illness day leading up to this leave of absence. Kate Adam,
Yes.
Jamie Armando.
Yes.
Kate, motion.
Motion, Kate,
Second.
Yes.
Jamie Armando,
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo,
Yes.
Jennifer Noust,
Yes.
Charlene Molnar,
Yes.
John Tiger,
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn,
Yes.
Leif Anderson,
Yes.
Mandy Joust, yes. There's nothing on 35, right? So then I have to do these. Okay, there is 35.
Yeah.
2024-0129-35, approve the following substitute and activity compensation rates for the 2023-24 school year. Bus,
Can I just clarify, did the 26, is that the number we ended on?
yes, no, that's for the bus driver, the substitutes are below. We're gonna vote on the substitutes next.
Okay.
Bus driver,
This is
No.
the substitute, sorry.
This is the substitute.
oh, substitute, yes,
And
yes,
the
you
26,
said,
I just wanna make
yeah,
sure that
the ones
number is
are
what we
below,
landed on, right? Okay.
$26.
Motion,
Second.
Kate, wait. Kate Adam,
yes.
Jamie Armando.
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo.
Yes.
Jen Noust.
Yes.
Charlene Molnar.
Yes.
John Tiger.
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn.
Yes.
Leif Anderson.
Yes.
Mandy Joust, yes. 2024-0129-36, on the recommendation of the superintendent, approve revised contracts for the following faculty and staff personnel. It's 2 of our permanent bus drivers, both going to $27 an hour.
Motion,
Second.
yes.
Kate Adam,
Yes.
Jamie Armando.
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo.
Yes.
Jennifer Noust.
Yes.
Charlene Molnar.
Yes.
John Tiger.
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn.
Yes.
Leif Anderson.
Yes.
Yes for Mandy Joust. Last one, right, guys?
You're doing a great job, man.
Yep.
All right, 2024-0129-37, approve extension of the current Family Medical Leave Act eligible leave of absence request for employee F000627 NJ Smart SMID number 180-13482, extending the expected return to work date from February 1st, 2024 to February 26th, 2024. Motion.
Motion,
Second.
A lot of seconds there, Chris.
Give it to Kate.
Yeah, give it to Kate, I thought it.
Kate Adam,
yes.
Jamie Armando.
Yes.
Caitlin Fredo.
Yes.
Jennifer Noust.
Yes.
Charlene Molnar.
Yes.
John Tiger.
Yes.
Jesse Vaughn.
Yes.
Leif Anderson.
Yes.
Mandy Joust, yes.
Motion to have open public comment.
Second.
Are there any public comment people signed up?
There was.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Karen. Mrs. Langenbach, please step forward.
Hi, my name is Caroline Beck. There was a situation with my daughter as a result of communicating with parents. I was not happy with the unprofessional approach and the lack of information I was getting from Mr. Spencer, so I chose to reach out to Mr. Mooney, who has more experience and knowledge on how the education system works. Mr. Mooney called me on a Friday night after hours, kindly talked and went over how it all works and was willing to sit down with both students and talk with them and monitor the situation. I want to personally thank Mr. Mooney for his kind words and his approach. I hope we never have to come to this situation across again, and I hope everyone learns from this and does better. Thank you, Mr. Mooney.
Thank you, Karen. Anyone else? Motion to close public comment.
Motion.
Second.
Anybody have any other items or good of the order?
Yes, quickly, tomorrow night is the Sussex County School Board Association meeting. It's virtual. It's free. You just sign up in your email. You should have received an email. So if you have any interest, it's online. I think it's at 6:45 is the start time. I highly recommend going to these meetings. They're really informational, especially when you don't have to go anywhere. So if anyone is interested, you can find that in your email to sign up. Oh, did I steal your thing? Sorry.
That was the only thing I had too.
I was just gonna make a note for everybody in thinking about the confidentiality of our superintendent search, that we should probably keep that in mind, that we didn't pick, that we shouldn't say any names, because their districts don't know that they were looking, so. You know, we got Mr. Newman, which is great, but let's not mention any other names to anybody else in public so they can.
Yes.
Kathy laid that out to us every second of every meeting that we had.
Figured out there at the end of the process.
And we will have a statement to email out to the faculty and staff tomorrow.
We realized maybe some people found out in a different way, which we apologize for, but we were told throughout this entire process that everything was so highly confidential. You don't ever want, these people are applying for this position from other positions. And you don't want their current employer for that to ever be compromised on any of them, as Leif said. And like we said, we had 27 applicants. So going into this, you had a 1 in 27 chance of making it through. And it was a dare I say, grueling process. We had a lot of really good applicants, and I'm really confident in Mr. Newman. So we picked the right one, but we did need to just adhere to the process and make sure that nobody's name that was in that candidate pool ever got out, including Mr. Newman's up until basically this weekend, when we were instructed to start our reference checks, which was actually Friday morning, I think Kathy gave us. You know, Mr. Newman had to inform his board that he would be leaving. So in order to do that, he wants to make sure that the contract is secured and in place and approved by the county superintendent. He doesn't want to tell his board, hey, I'm leaving, and then the county superintendent says, no go. It's kind of, you know, not the way you want it to work. So we were trying to just abide by that confidentiality, and also out of respect for Mr. Newman, make sure that it wasn't out too early. So there will be a statement going out to the faculty and staff tomorrow as well from the board, regarding Mr. Newman's approved contract and his upcoming tenure. Not tenure, right? Right after that? His upcoming employment.
I heard about that, that's good. I'm gonna go back to work.
One final thing, maybe just saying thank you, Mr. Moody, too, with our crazy week of snow days and delayed openings, with very timely and appropriate messages was very helpful to the families, so thank you.
Mr. Newman knows he has big shoes to fill from Mr. Newman.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Happy night.
Happy night, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Newman.